What a dank sound. What is that? It is over here. What a dank sound. What is that? It is over here.
Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. Happy Wednesday evening to you. I hope you are well. I hope you're having a fantastic week so far, and I hope the weather is as beautiful by you as it has been here by me. I'm in Northern Illinois, a southwest suburb of Chicago, and y'all, fall has arrived. It has absolutely been beautiful here. It's been a little gloomy, a little chilly, a little rainy. It's my favorite time of the year. I absolutely love it. It's nice cool evening, so I've been sleeping pretty good. I'm just so excited for the changing of the season. So anyway, welcome back to the channel. Thank you again, guys, so much for joining me this Wednesday evening. I truly appreciate you guys hanging out with me and being with me here. I've actually had a little bit of a challenging week in my corporate job, so having this live stream today, having you guys here hanging out with me is really truly helping me kind of reset my brain, because honestly, if I didn't have this live stream, I'd have been working right now. I'd have been turning my laptop on for my corporate job, and I'd have been working all night long, because I did that last night, and I probably could have done it again tonight. But instead, I'm here with you guys, and I am so much more happy with that. So anyway, today we are doing a WIP Wednesday, and I'm going to try and be bringing this series back on the channel for a little while, because I have a lot of WIPs to get through. So we're going to see this one here probably not every Wednesday, maybe like every other Wednesday. We'll have to wait and see, but at least it's going to be coming back on the channel. So tonight I'm going to be doing some stitch in the ditch quilting on a table runner that you guys have seen on and off on this channel basically for a while now. I think it's had it for 2 years. It's a Cotton Cuts gnome table runner project. So it's Thanksgiving gnomes, and it's a table runner. The table runner is huge. Like, I'll show it to you guys in another time. It's on the machine right now. Otherwise, I would show it to you. But so that is what I'm going to be working on tonight, and I'm really excited for that. I hope you guys have a really fun project that you're going to be working on tonight. But if not, that's okay too. Just be glad to be hanging out here with us. So a couple of things. First, I just want to remind you guys about our quilt along that's going to be coming up here in November, about mid-November. We're going to be doing a quilt along. The pattern for that quilt along is a Missouri Star Quilt Company pattern, and they are dirt cheap right now. So if you guys are interested in quilting along with that, or you just want to pick out some patterns, go over to Missouri Star Quilt Company onto the website right now. Their patterns are $1 to $3 a piece. It's just crazy. So the pattern you guys are going to want is called Framed Pinwheels. That's the one we're going to be working on in November. But otherwise, there's a bunch of other ones out there to choose from. The other thing I wanted to address is, we've talked about it a couple times now, but the weird usernames that we're seeing in chat lately. And I thought that maybe it was something in my settings or something else. So I did a little bit of research after our live stream on Monday, and it turns out that that is a legitimate thing that's coming through YouTube, and it's on purpose. And that is a permanent change. It's not something that I can fix. So I know it's annoying. I know it's a bit frustrating because only certain names are being highlighted and things like that. And trust me, I am exactly there with you. I am struggling to kind of catch everybody's names because they're all in the same colors and they're not in different colors. And so I totally get where you guys are coming from with it. And unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about it. It basically boils down to the research that I've done, direct from YouTube itself, not from any other affiliate, but directly from YouTube itself. It basically boils down to a security issue that they are trying to address, and also the ability for mobile users to be able to tag people in chat. That's not been something that anyone's been able to do before. And so now, because they're showing you what they're calling the handle for your channel, that allows you the ability to tag other people in chat. Now, if you don't like what your handle is currently showing up as, there are ways that you can change that in your own user settings. So you can go into your account in YouTube and you can actually change. You're going to want to look for the section that says handle, not your channel name, but the actual handle. And that's where you can make that change. If it's not available. Now, this handle is unique to you, so there cannot be duplicates of them. Like, I guess you can have the same channel name, I guess you can have, but the actual handle is a unique identifier to your specific channel, because everybody has to have a channel in order to be part of chat. But the handle is specific to you. So if you guys don't like what's showing up on the screen and you want to try and make a change to it, go into your account settings. Usually if you click on like your logo or your name in the corner, if you click on that and then you go to my account, there should be a section in there that says handle. And that's where you're going to want to make the change. Now, if you're like me and you actually have a public channel and a public channel name, there was an opportunity at one point in time to choose your handle, which I do remember that coming through, but I didn't really think anything about it. And so that's why mine shows up the way I want it to. But if you don't like the way yours is showing up, that is something you can do. So it's a permanent thing. It's a pain in the butt, I know. But unfortunately, there's just nothing I can do about it. So I am looking into other streaming options. Like right now I use Streamlabs, and somebody said StreamYard will allow the change. So I am looking into that, but it doesn't really look like that's happening. I'm not sure. So I am looking into it. I'm sorry for the inconvenience, but there's just some things I can't control. So we're just going to have to work through it together. So anyway, so tonight I'm going to be working on a quilting project. You can see that's why I got my gloves on. Sorry if it's kind of messing with the camera a little bit. It looks kind of wonky on my screen, so I can only imagine what it looks like on yours. I do have the doggy cam going as well right here. There's no doggies in here right now. They're kind of passed out in the living room because, again, Taylor's home, so she's taking over the dogs. Although I do hear one coming down the hallway. Oh, there she is. She came by to say hello. Why, hello there. Thank you so much for coming to say hello. See? She's warming up to you guys. I'll give her a treat in a minute. So let me hop into chat, say hello to everybody there in chat, and then we're going to go ahead and get started with this. But I'd love to hear from you guys. What are you guys working on tonight? What WIP are you guys working on? How has your week been? How's the weather been? You know, there's been some crazy things happening. Is there like a full moon this week? Because there's been some weird, wacky stuff happen. Did Ivy get a haircut? No, she did not get a haircut this week. She's gotten one a few weeks back. And all they did was trim around her face. They didn't take any of the length off. And she's just really fluffy. She's just really fluffy. Oh, you were so cute. You're sitting like right on the camera. So thank you for that. So she's just really fluffy. So let me hop into chat really quickly and say hello to everybody there. Now, because I got these silly gloves on, my hands are I'm all hot. And I don't think I can turn my fan on because I'm pretty sure that one thing at a time. One thing at a time. Let's focus here, okay? Let's focus. All right. Linda Denton was the very first person in chat today. So, Linda, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. You hanging out with us. Welcome back to the channel. Nancy Guest was the next one. Hi, Nancy. It's so great to see you. Welcome back. I hope you're doing okay. I hope your husband's doing okay. Hope everybody's doing well. Susan Yearout is also here. Hi, Susan. Thanks so much for being here, as well as Fern King. Hello, ladies. It's so great to see you. Welcome back to the channel. Happy Wednesday evening to you. Let's see. I'm trying really hard to focus here because it's so hard to see the names now. I'm with you guys. I don't like this new change either. It's just something I'm going to have to get used to. It is what it is. Hi, Patty. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for joining us this evening. Happy Wednesday to you. Susan, Patty, Susan, Linda, Nancy. Hey, I won on the heist. Didn't notice that before. Chloe, good evening. Welcome back to the channel. It's so great to see you. Welcome back. Mary H is back again. Mary, good evening to you. Thanks so much for being here. Welcome back. Gladys is also here. Hi, Gladys. Thanks so much for being here. So great to see you also. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, Lucas is in the house. Hey, Lucas, how are you? Gosh, I feel like it's been forever since I've seen you. I know I was just telling them on Sunday or Monday, I can't remember what day of the week it was anymore, but I was just telling them how we really hadn't seen you lately because you've been really busy, which is unfortunate because that means the crime rate is higher by you. But it also means, you're making a paycheck and bringing, putting food on the table. So welcome back. So great to see you. We've missed you. Hope you're doing well. Hope my daughter's doing well. I talked to her the other day, just very briefly, but I did get to talk to her. So, life check. She's alive. Let's see. I'm still scrolling through chat here. Hi, Terry. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much. Terry and Lucas, you guys know this already, but Terry, Lucas, and Kathy are the moderators here on the channel. They are amazing. They are the most amazing team to work with. They do a fantastic job of really helping me out, and I truly appreciate it. So if you guys have a question, pop it into chat, tag one of them. Maybe they can answer for you. I will try and catch it if I see it. But if you really need to get a hold of me for something and I'm not seeing your messages, let them know. Because they have other ways of getting a hold of me and getting my attention, so that I can try and focus in on it. So thank you again, guys, so much for doing that for me. I truly appreciate it. Sandra K is also here this evening. Good morning. No. Good evening, Sandra. Welcome back. She says, hello, I'm behind time. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Yes, Lucas, you are not in the running. You are not. I think you're the third top one there now. Yeah, so you got some catching up there to do there, bud, with regards to your thimbles. Yeah. Sandra, Chloe, Terry, Nancy. I'm just checking to make sure I didn't miss anybody, guys. Here, sorry. Still going through chat, making sure I've caught up with everybody. Looks like I have. Good morning. Yeah, good morning. It's also been a battle with YouTube deciding when to send notifications out. Yes, it has. Yes, we have missed Lucas. That's right. Yes, we have. Lucas says, I've missed everyone. Well, that's good. He's a member of this channel. And dude, not having you on our live streams once a month for our quilt-alongs has been, it's been a rough change. Like, we need to figure something out here. Like, I know we've talked about it, but we need to start coming up with a plan here. You and I need to come up with something. I mean, unless, of course, you don't want to, of course. But, yeah. Someone is trying to redeem a fat quarter. Fern King, congratulations on redeeming a fat quarter. Those will get mailed out at the end of the month. So, congratulations on that. I'll make sure to have that. Trying to keep up. Yeah. Oh, yeah. They've been updating a bunch of stuff. Like, all of a sudden, I can. Yeah. There's just a whole bunch of stuff that's happening here. So I'm trying to keep up with things. I'm trying to keep you guys up to date. Nancy's yelling at the bot. I mean, I can't control the bot either. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, with the colder months coming in, we can do more indoors. Mm-hmm. The video screen looks different. That could be a vertical, because I do have it set up with a vertical. Hold on, let me look. Yeah, I do have it set up. I do have a vertical option, so if you're watching on your phone, it's gonna be different. Because I do have a vertical option. I've been messing around with it because now that YouTube offers you two options, they offer you the regular option, which is the wide screen, and then they offer a vertical option, which just kind of, it cuts down on the screen size, but it kind of blows things up a little bit, so it's like more centered. Not for you, for all. Yeah. Oh, you're talking about, yeah, the actual screen for like live streams and downloading stuff. Yeah. Our, what do you call it? Studio is different. Yeah. Oh, icons at the bottom. Yeah, okay. Gotcha. Look, Ivy, Linda, I think you're right. Ivy does look like she needs a little bit of attention. Of course, she always needs attention. But she's a bit of an attention freak, but I'll give her some. I'll give her some attention. She's sitting there very quietly and very politely and kind of nice. Oh, kind of like in the shorts. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, lots of things happening, lots of things changing. It's weird. I'm not sure I like it all, but it kind of is what it is. Uh-oh, they heard crunching. Hi, Addie. Wrigley, you want a treat? There she is. Hey, wigworm. Good girl. All right. Ivy is sitting like a good girl. Yes, she was. She was sitting like a very good girl. Yes, and so they all get a treat. They're pretty good. Okay, so let's go ahead and get going here. Get something done today. Tony's coming down with another illness, so I've been trying to help her with that. I can, and also I can't with what I can, and also avoid getting sick. Yeah, I heard she wasn't feeling well again. They say the first year for a teacher is the hardest. They say that that's just kind of normal because your immune system is not used to the cesspool that is young children. And if you're a parent, then you also know that once your kids enter school age, you also end up with the same problem because it's just like a petri dish. Yes, everything from the kids. Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right. So yeah, so that's understandable. So all right, so let's go ahead and get started now. Tell me, guys, what are you working on this evening? I am obviously, like I said, stitching the ditch here. I actually decided to turn my stitch length up a little bit. It's normally at 2.5, and I decided to turn it up to a 3. My son's other half has COVID. Oh, Susan, I'm sorry to hear that. Yuck. Hi, Carrie. Welcome back to the channel. It's so great to see you. Chloe says I have to sew up a quilt backing. That sounds like fun. Yes, I did. This made my day. I kind of wish I had more to make something. Oh, well. So what is so I turned my stitch length up to a 3, and I kind of feel like I like that look better. I like it. I realize 2.5 to a 3 really isn't that big of a deal, but it seems like it really is that big of a deal because it's looking much nicer. I really like the stitching. I was actually thought about turning it up even bigger and making it look like a hand stitch thing, but I decided I didn't want to do that. My first full year working at grade school had colds every few months, so Susan says. Well, yeah, they say everybody that you talk to that's in the industry says the first year is the hardest. They say that first year is really just what gets you. All right. So I am using my walking foot because it just makes things easier when I'm doing this kind of quilting. And now that the mic is all the way over there instead of over here right now, because I still haven't upgraded that stuff, I don't know if you guys can even hear it. So, parents don't keep the sick kids home anymore. They all work and ship them off no matter what. Oh, yeah, I agree with you. Yeah. Yep. Yep. That is also very true. I quilted a fall table runner today on my frame. I did see a video of you doing something, Terry, just recently on your channel. For those of you, just a reminder for the rest of you, Terry also has her own channel. She's been posting some videos over there. Lots of fun things. I'm glad to hear that you're getting back into sewing. I know with your house guest, you haven't been doing a whole lot of sewing lately because you've been busy taking care of your 4-legged house guest. She was really sick the first few days, but is feeling better. Her concern now is giving it to... Oh. Yeah, Terry, we would love to see it. I love seeing what you guys are working on. Not just my content creator friends, but just in general. I love to see what all of our community is doing. So that's a good reminder for you guys that if you are interested and or able, if you could, if you want to post pictures of what you guys are working on our Facebook group or our Instagram page. And if you don't do social media, I completely understand. You can always email it to me. I'd love to see it. And if you're okay with it, I can share it with the community via social media if you'd like. I just love seeing what you guys are working on. I mean, you guys are so much more talented than I am, 100%. So I just love to see that. Yeah, so Terry's got a cutie. Is that what they're called? The cute, or it's not a Grace, right? Or is it a great cutie? It's a tabletop frame. You know that? It's not the big 14-footer. It's the littler one. But I think it works out perfectly for you. Terry says, my newly adopted senior pooch, you mean? Yeah, she's mine permanently. Oh, okay. Unfortunately, my dear friend has dementia now. She's staying with Aunt Mama Terry for the duration. Oh, well, it's good that she has a place to go. I'm sorry that your friend has, developed that. It's not easy. But it's good that she has another home to go to. So that's good. I think I missed the part about her being there permanent. See, I was right. A Grace mini quilt frame. Thank you. See? Yes, mini for sure. Well, and that's all that matters, that you're happy with it. If it does the job or it does what you need it to do, that's all that matters. Doesn't matter what size it is. I am moving this all over the place, every which way. So, every which way. Mama Joyce has been seriously considering taking some classes about trying to learn how to long arm. She wants to learn how to do it and maybe invest in the equipment, which is just kind of crazy to me. She's really going all in. She's really going all in. But she's thinking about it, and so she's been doing a little bit of research on it, looking at classes that she can sign up for, things like that. So it's interesting. I'm sorry to hear that your friend doesn't even remember the poor little dog. But that just also is a good. But that means that it's a good idea that you have her. Okay, there we go. Alright. So I've went around the edge now. Towards the end of the day, my eyes start to water. Usually I have allergy drops that I put in them. My allergies been going absolutely crazy this last couple of days, and I think the rain has just been kicking stuff up. It's been raining almost every day this week, usually in the evenings or overnight, and it seems like it's just kicking a bunch of stuff up in the air because my allergies are going absolutely bananas lately. I apologize. I'm so sorry. But it was either that or I was going to be sniffling all night, so apologies again. I agree with everybody. Yeah, the fact that Terry is taking on this senior dog as her own, is taking on both the emotional and financial responsibility for it. It's just wonderful. I think that's just wonderful. So, all right, so let's go ahead and get this next piece here. Oh, here, let me show this to you guys. because I know you guys are going to want to see it. So let me just have stuff everywhere. I am so completely unorganized today. Let me show you what this looks like, since it's not really on the machine very much. So this is the gnome project. Oh, it's upside down. This is the gnome table runner that I've been working on and off for the last couple of years now. You guys have seen it quite a few times on the channel. So there's 2 of the blocks there. Hi, baby. I know. I moved something that rattled that might have been a treat container. So you got to come check. I understand. And here's the other 2 gnomes. There you go. Hi, Raven. Good evening. Welcome back to the channel. It is, yeah, with having lost Sebastian. Yeah, for sure. I understand that. I think I have some clips that might help with this. We'll see. Will these work? Let's see. Will these hold? I don't know if they will. Oh, actually, I have these. See if these will work. Hi, baby. It's going to be kind of a battle. That's going to be kind of a battle, I think. Oh, no, those aren't going to hold nothing. Well, it is what it is. It's fine. It's been a long time since I quilted a table runner this big. Like, I question whose table this is really going to fit on, because it's really big. But they called it a table runner. So okay. I don't know what kind of size tables you got, but they're pretty big. I did this wrong. Go this way. There we go. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. They are paying all of Nala's expenses, otherwise I couldn't do it. Oh, well, that's good. That's really good. Yes, I am straight stitch the quilting. Yeah, I'm doing a stitch in the ditch quilting. That's really the only type of quilting I can do. I don't do free motion. I'm not really good at it. One of these days I will dedicate some time to actually learning how to do it and practice. But I just... To be perfectly honest, the quilting part of the project is really not my favorite. The piecing it, making the top, even the binding I enjoy. But the actual quilting, it's just not really something I enjoy. Raven says, so Reggie went in yesterday and has an active dental abscess on the right and had one at some point on the left. So he has meds and will have surgery in 2 to 3 months. Well, hopefully everything goes okay, Raven. Hopefully. Thank you, Fern, for complimenting my table runner. Yeah, well, this one's huge. Like... Again, I question whose table this is supposed to be put on, because it's wide and it's really long. Like, this is more like a banner than a table runner. Or a bed runner than a table runner. But yeah, for sure. A small amount of fall fabric. I have a lot of fall fabric. I just don't have anything to put in it right now. Oh, great. I apologize if you guys hear honking in the background. That would be Addison finding a toy to play with. Terry says, I love the quilting, cutting, piecing, ironing. The hardest part for me is choosing the fabrics. Yeah, the quilting, it's just, maybe it's because I'm still so new at it. Maybe I just haven't done enough of them. I don't know, but it's just not my favorite. I don't dislike it. It's just not my favorite. And maybe, if I did the free motion quilting, maybe that would be more of an enjoyable aspect of it for me. I don't know. But it's just not my favorite. It's just not. And that, and maybe if I had a different machine, too. Like, if I had a bigger necked machine, maybe a different setup. Who knows? Like there's so many things that could be different that maybe would make it more enjoyable for me. But right now, my current setup, what I'm doing, not my favorite. The June of the pandemic, I spent 30 minutes every day practicing free motion quilting. Instead of getting better, I got worse. That's probably me, Susan. That would totally be me, yeah. Totally be me. Sounds like a baby crying. It is not. It is one of these. Addison, bring it here. I don't think she will. Yeah, can mommy have it? She says no. Addison, can mommy have it? Thanks so much for that. Can mommy have it? She says no. No. So it's like this weird like chicken turkey thing that gobbles. But it's really loud and obnoxious. And she wants to share it with everybody. But she always decides to pick that up and start playing with it when like I'm on a conference call or I've got a video going or when the most inopportune times. That is her favorite toy. Because it is the most obnoxious of the toys. Addison loves obnoxious toys. Toys that make lots of noise. That's her favorite. And you'll notice she brought it to me so that, just like a child, exactly. She brought it to me so I could see it, but she wouldn't let me have it. She's like, no, because you're going to take it away. So she's like, no, you see with your eyes. Our other dog taught her that. All right. So this table runner is going to take me forever to actually quilt up. So I have no intentions of completing it tonight. Nope, Patty, I completely understand. Completely understand. We'll wait for you, don't you worry. And this is also when I wish that I had a different quilting table where like this was all flat space so I could lay it out that way. But, it is what it is. I love my cabinet 99% of the time, so I'm really not going to complain too much about it. But could you imagine me trying to quilt a full-size quilt on this little bitty setup I've got going on here? No, I've done it one time. I've done one full-size quilt, and it was a stitch-in-the-ditch situation. And I did not have this cabinet at the time. I just had a table that sat up against the wall. It was a very small table. And that was just horrible. And after that, I'm like, nope, I will hire a long arm. Can you lift the machine to the table? Lift the machine to the table. Oh, you mean like up? I can lift. I mean, the machine goes up higher. Yeah. I mean, the machine goes up pretty high. Oh, are you thinking that might help me? Because, I could even put the extension, because I've got an extension for it too. Like, I can put the extension on it. Oh, to the purple table. Could I move this? Oh, yeah, I could. But it wouldn't sit in the table. It would sit on top of it. Like, it would sit up like this. But, yeah, I could move it. I could do that. I could. I didn't think about that, but you're right. I could move that table to that table and maybe lay it out a little bit more. The only part about that is then the table wouldn't be, the machine wouldn't be level with the table. It would be sitting up, but I guess that doesn't really... I do have the extension table for it. Somewhere. I think it's over there on the side of the cabinet. I do have an extension table for this machine. Actually, I say that now, and I don't think that I do. It's level right now. Yeah, right now it's level. But you think it should be raised? I could try that. I could try raising it, see if that helps. I'll try it right now. And there you go. Ta-da. Now it's raised. Let's see if this works better. Let's see. We'll see if I like this better. I'm all for different ways of doing things, for sure. So if this works better, then let's do it. Yeah, let's try it. Now is a great time to try new things, new ways of doing things. Go. And because I'm doing stitch in the ditch, I have to keep moving it. I bet if I was doing like a free motion, then I would just be kind of swirling it around the same direction. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know how that would work. Oh, Terry, don't apologize for the confusion. There was no confusion. You're trying to help offer different ideas. And that's okay. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And I appreciate it too. So who knows? Maybe I'll like this better. Maybe I won't. Who knows? I usually work with the machine level with the cabinet, so that there's no like tension on the fabric or anything. Maybe this will be helpful. Who knows? You know? Right now it seems okay. I noticed that I'm not leaning forward. I'm kind of sitting straight up, so that's good for my posture. So that's something. Susan says, I've machine quilted 2 twin size quilts using my Viking and it was no fun. Much more comfortable hand quilting. There you go. Yes, it's better for your back and neck as well to sit straight up as opposed to leaning. Yeah, for 100% sure. Right. Yes. That is very true. And I try to be careful with my chair height too. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but this is a newer chair for me. I bought this earlier this year. This chair, every time I get up or I move, and most chairs, they go down. Like the compression of them, your weight, it pushes the chair down. This is the first chair I've ever sat in that goes up. Like every time I move, it comes up a little bit more, and I keep having to put it down. It's just the strangest thing I've ever seen, dealt with before. So. It's a strange chair. It's very strange. It's very strange. Like, I've never had a chair do that before. Ever. Never. Down and downer. Right, exactly. And that was, like what you would think with grab. No, this one goes, I don't know what it is, but this one goes up. And I really can't complain either because I just hit. Just hit something. I don't know what I hit. Oh, I see what I hit. Okay. I really can't complain because it's doing a great job. It's comfy. And for the price I paid for it, you can't get better than that. Patty, thank you for posting a picture in the Danny and Experts page. I assume you mean on Facebook? Terry doesn't have a Facebook group. She prefers not to have social media. That's her personal preference of hers. But I can always share it with her via email later if I remember, or she reminds me. Or she may still be able to see. I don't know if she can still view the group or not. I don't know how that works. I didn't think I had anyone next to me. Ouch. Hi, Don. Oh, you can still use Messenger. Oh, okay, there you go. Terry, that's what I did. My Facebook group is just for quilting. Even my personal one, like the one with my name on it, I muted everything else. And I mean, I still follow people because I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. But I basically mute everything that's not quilting related. That's what I do. Hi, Don. Welcome back to the channel. It's so great to see you. Happy Wednesday evening to you. I hope you're well. Dawn is also active on social media. She posts a lot on her Instagram page, so make sure you guys check her out. Instagram, Facebook. She has her YouTube page too. She also has a blog. She's very active on all of those. Very, very active on all of those things. You know, I will say, and I've only been doing this for a little bit right now, but I will say that I feel like sitting up straighter with the machine up a little bit higher with this, longer term sewing. So that's something. And then you're right, Terry, pulling the machine off and putting it on this table, that might not be a bad idea either. I do have my other machine I could pull out for this type of sewing as well. I don't necessarily need to use this specific machine. It's a backbreaker. Yeah. This quilt top this table runner is just massive. I still don't understand how this is supposed to be a table runner. Like, I want to know whose table it's on. It's more like a bed runner than a table runner, but that's just my own personal opinion. Because it's huge. Tablecloth. That's right. Yeah, tablecloth, Terry. That is 100% true. Yeah. It will be worth it. Oh, yeah, for sure. I'll love it when it's done. And I plan to use it as a decorative piece in my office. We have a reception desk in our front entryway that's got a high wall on it. So it's like a reception desk, but it's not like a low. It's a higher with a little table. And so the whole front of it is just like this blank canvas wall, basically. And so I like to bring my table runners in and hang them on that wall as a decorative piece. So that's the intention for this piece. And it will fit there perfectly because it's so big. So it'll fit there really nicely. That's the intent. But all of my table runners that I've made previously for specific holidays or seasons, I've brought them all in, and that's where I hang them at work. So then that way other people can enjoy them as much as I enjoy them. And it's funny because, I basically work with a bunch of engineers, and it cracks me up. Like, I'll bring one of these in and I'll hang it on the wall, literally right in front of my desk. I'll hang it there for a while, and it'll be weeks. And then all of a sudden somebody will just notice it, like just out of the blue. And I'm like, yeah, it's been there for weeks. Like, but they don't say there, it shows you how much people are paying attention nowadays. Trying to find yardage in my stash to complement the brown block I am making. Most of my stash is a yard or less. Yeah, I have some brown fabric too, but I think it's less than a yard. So I don't know that it would help you. Okay, so let's start here then. So I was saying at the beginning of the stream, I was thanking you guys for hanging out with me this evening and kind of allowing me to have this platform that encourages me to come in here, especially during the week, to kind of decompress. Like, because I was saying that, you know, if I didn't have this channel tonight, if I didn't have this live stream scheduled for tonight, I would have been turning my corporate laptop on, setting it up in here, and working. And yes, working does make me happy because I love what I do. It does bring me some joy, but it also brings a lot of stress too. And so having this platform, having this schedule that I set up and kind of sticking to it is helping me to stay grounded. Is that the right word? Yeah, I don't have that much yellow. Sorry. Shipping it, Mom, sounds like a great plan. There you go.
If you go on Facebook, post it on that page.
Is that you, Mr. Wizard? Did you just say you finished a car?
Yes.
Oh, hot off the presses, folks. Ooh. Oh, you've made one of these.
Yeah, that's the one Jason saw on the trailer.
You guys see it? So this is a Roadrunner, right?
Superbird.
Oh, I'm sorry. A
But
Superbird.
it's based on a Roadrunner.
Gotcha. What year?
70.
70. Hot off the presses, folks. It's got the vinyl top.
Yep.
Now tell everybody, how do you do the vinyl top?
That was just painted because it was already molded in.
Oh, so the texture for the vinyl was already molded in.
Yeah.
But if it's not,
blue painter's tape.
blue painter's tape that you paint black and it makes it look like a vinyl top. Does the top come off? Not
No.
on this one?
No.
There you go. Does the hood come off?
Yeah. It should go from the front.
Here?
Yeah.
Can I tip it?
You can try.
Oh, it opens.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. There's the hood. So there's the... Oh, I broke it. I do that a lot. He's used to it. There, look at that. The engine inside. He's even got the... Was that Chevy orange?
No, that would just be orange.
Just orange?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. You can see the engine inside and then the bottom here. All the different pieces on the bottom. And then it feels like one of the doors opens.
No.
No? Why is it loose then?
The interior might be loose.
The door is loose.
It shouldn't be.
This door.
No, they don't open.
Oh, maybe it
It's
just...
probably just
Oh, gotcha.
it might be the tub inside.
Oh, yeah, okay, I'm squeezing.
Yeah.
Gotcha, okay.
It'd
And
be
then,
cool-
guys, I don't know if you can see this, but look at the little hood pins. They're teeny tiny, like, so teeny tiny. Like, just crazy. So, but yeah, so there you guys go. He literally just finished it, like, seconds ago. And we haven't had one of these in a while, because you've been doing airplanes, and I don't like airplanes. So.
Oh, I got the other ones on the...
Yeah.
Get the Land Rover.
So cool. Look at all the decals. You guys can't see it on the camera, but see these little teeny tiny decals? That's all like a little sticker that he puts on there. The Plymouth logo, that's all sticker. So this starts out white, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is all white, and he sands it down, and then he primes it, sands it again, paints it. Then he puts it, see like the lines on the door? That's all him. Like he drew those in. He drew all those lines. Like it's just all one. The interior, you guys can't see the interior, but there's metal pieces. Like it's got a full dashboard on the interior. Like it's just crazy. The amount of detail. And he does them in a weekend. Like he does the entire thing in a weekend. Like it's just crazy.
It's not, depends on the car. It's,
just crazy.
About,
but thank you so much. I love the tires, wheels. Oh, these move.
Yeah.
Most of the time they don't move. Sorry. Most of the time his wheels don't move. So this one actually moves. Check that out. That's awesome. I love the ones when they move.
Yeah. I'll give you Herbie and the Land Rover.
On Sunday?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I've done cars. It's just they haven't thought to give them to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I sent pictures to Jason.
Is that one going to go to him then?
Yeah.
Okay. So one of the guys at his work, he's going to give that to one of the guys at work. So there you go. You guys got to see it. Hot off the presses.
Yeah.
He literally just finished it. So, what was I doing now? He completely distracted me. I heard him talking to Taylor about it, bringing it in, and I was like, wait a minute. I want to see it. She was super excited about the wheels. I was, because they don't normally move. Normally he glues them so that they don't move. Because these are display pieces. These aren't toys. And so normally, like the hood comes off and that's fine. But normally the wheels are glued in. Like they don't move. And so that's why when I'm like, oh crap, it moves. Watching the paint dry. He has a dehydrator. So he, like a food dehydrator. That's what he uses to dry the paint. So he puts it in the food dehydrator and then he does something else. So it's so funny in the wintertime. I'll tell you guys, I'm completely distracted here. I'll tell you guys. So in the winter, he works out in the garage. I've told you guys this before. His studio is out in the garage. That's where he prefers it. In the wintertime though, it's an attached garage, but in the wintertime it can get really cold. Like upper northwest, it gets cold. So he does have some heaters in there, but sometimes it gets to the point where it's just too cold in there, so he can't like do painting and stuff. So he'll bring it in the house and he'll do some here in the house. And it's so funny because the one year it got so cold and he was in the house for so long, he couldn't do any painting out in the garage. And so he had all the cars lined up in front of his paint booth like they were waiting to drive in. It was hysterical. There was like 4 or 5 of them, and they're just all lined up in front of the paint booth. Like, because he actually has a legitimate paint booth that he uses. It's not full. It's a little one, but yeah, he actually had them lined up on his counter like they were getting ready to drive in. The funniest thing. It was just so funny. Yeah, like waiting for a car wash. Yeah, exactly. It was just so funny to see all these little pieces of cards lined. I wish I had taken a picture of it because it was really funny. So that's how you know if it's a cold winter, because he's got it lined up. I'm gonna stand up here just for a second and turn my fan on because I'm dying of heat all of a sudden. All of a sudden I got really warm. You guys might hear a little humming, and I apologize for that if you hear it. Oh, there we go. My chair went up again. See? My feet don't hit the floor. There we go. Back down again. But yeah, it was just so funny to see that. To see them all lined up there waiting to go into the paint booth. So see, this is the kind of things that you get to see during the week and not on our Sunday stream. I love that, Raven. My feet don't either. I've been trying to figure out a short footstool. Don't laugh, but I actually have a footstool. I actually have a step, footstool step. What do you call those? Thank you, step stool. Thanks from Taylor in the next room. I actually have a step stool in order to get into the bed because it's too tall for me. I can't get up there. So Taylor has one too because her bed's too tall too. So yeah, our beds are too tall for us that we can't actually get in them. So we had to have step stools. Because I'm not actually that tall. I'm not what they would consider super short either. 5'3", so probably about average. I'm not sure, but yeah, I'm short-ish. Definitely not as tall as Mr. Wizard. Mr. Wizard is 5'11 3/4, according to the U.S. Army. 5'11 3/4. He wouldn't let us use a bed frame because it was already so high. Yeah, ours is on a bed frame. It's on a raised bed frame. And then, of course, you have that big box spring and big mattress. So, because we need the storage underneath because our house is so tiny. So, yeah, it's up there. It's up there. We are the same height. We are normal. I like that. I like that. It's everybody else that's weird. I like it. Oh, 5'2.5". There you go. 5'2.5". I am 5'3", he's 6'1", so my legs dangle. Yep. Hi, baby. What's she doing? Why are you under here? Hi. You be a good girl? You be a good girl? Alright, here we go. Mom's feet are the best. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Patty, thank you for the messages. Hi, Patricia. Welcome back to the channel. It's so great to see you. Good evening. I hope you're well. If you guys haven't already, just my reminder, I know that Streamlabs has been reminding you guys, but if you have a second, if you could just go hit that like button for me, I'd appreciate it. Back pain when they kiss. Sylvia, thank you for the thumbs up. Welcome to the channel. Also, I don't remember seeing you pop in. My apologies for missing you. If you didn't catch my beginning and my intro to today's video, I did address the issue that we've been having, or the concerns that everybody's been having about the weird names, the weird chat, the way chat is looking lately, and how weird it is. It turns out that's a permanent change by YouTube to help increase security, so that, like, if someone comes into the channel that is malicious, rather than just seeing their username, we can actually see their unique handle, and we can block them by that, and we can report them by that. It makes it easier for yes, Handles versus screen names. Yep, Terry, that's exactly it. And so that's it's a thing for YouTube. It's also a way. So it's also allowing so that mobile users, so people on their phones, can now tag other people in chat, where that was something that could not really happen before. And I had that issue myself when I would watch on my phone. So yeah. So unfortunately, it's not something that I can change. It's not a setting I can select. It is the way of things. They are, I guess, incorporating this change into all of the channels. They're doing it slowly. So some channels might still be the old way, but eventually they will be the new way. And my channel just happened to be one of the ones that they updated to the new way. So. Terry says I could never tag on my phone. Yeah, me either. But according to the new update, that you can do that now. So, Raven says, "Oh, maybe I should check if I have an app update." Not a bad idea. Yeah. Yeah, they say that that feature is now available. The other thing that I noticed, and this is not, I mean, I'm not trying to promote it, but a lot of Apple. iOS, isn't that what it's called? iOS users were commenting that they were not able to join memberships for channels because of on their iPhone, and that supposedly has been changed as well, so that you can do that now. The in-app purchases icon is now available to those folks. Hey, look at that, Terry. Yep. There you go. Working out. So that is something that is an update that's coming through YouTube. Nothing that is anything I can do it with. Eventually, all of the channels will have that feature or have that set up that way. Right now, it's kind of some do, some don't. But once they're switched over, there's no going back, and eventually they will all be this way. So that's something. I guess they've been piloting it. They've been beta testing it for a while now to see how it works. I guess that's why some channels had it, some channels didn't. And now they're rolling it out to all of the channels. So I did a little bit of research on Monday to try and figure it out, because it's kind of annoying, if I'm honest. It's kind of annoying. I liked the other way better, because then I could actually see like your guys' names and stuff. I don't understand why it's stuck. It's stuck. So I was a little disappointed by the update, but there's not really much I can do about it. So. Good night, Fern. Have a good evening. Sleep well, hon. I hope you have a great rest of your week, and we will see you again on Sunday. We are just about done with this first gnome. And then we can move on to the next one. What time is it? 8:30? Okay, so we still got another hour. We got another hour to hang out. Yes, it is going to eventually be on all channels. That is 100% true, Terry. Yep. Yeah, the videos and the articles that I was reading on Monday were from YouTube themselves. So like the developers of YouTube have the developers of YouTube actually have their own channel, so that content creators can access to help them with like learning how to do new things and updates and comments and questions and things like that. And so the videos that I was watching were actually part of that that channel. So I know for sure that it's a reliable source and reliable information. So but yep, it's called handles. So the what you're seeing is called a handle. So I mentioned it before. If you are not happy with how your handle looks or what it says or how it shows up, you can go into your own account and change that. I can't do that for you, but you can go in and change that for yourself. And as long as no one else has that handle, then you can use it, because no one can have the exact same handle. So I guess that was the thing, is the usernames, people could have the same usernames. They didn't necessarily have to be unique. And so that's one of the reasons why they're going to this handle, is because then that way it has to be unique. But that's why you see a lot of numbers on the back end of it, on the back end of them, because it's trying to make it unique to just you. Do I want to do the nose? I think I do. I think I do want to do the nose. So yeah, if you missed that discussion at the beginning of our channel, the beginning of our stream today, make sure you go back and watch that replay. Yeah. Sylvie says, only have a few minutes, but wanted to play and say hi. Hi. Thank you for coming by. My handle and screen name are the same. I've been on YouTube since 2006. Not the same name, but the same account. Yeah, mine is the same too. I got lucky in that my channel name and my handle are the same as well. So, but not on my other account. So I have another account that I use for like personal stuff. That one, it's got a bunch of numbers on the back end of it, which is kind of annoying. But I don't really use that one a whole lot for live chat on other channels. I try to use this one because everybody knows me on this one. But yeah, I do have 2 YouTube accounts. I use the other one for testing. So like when I'm trying to test out new equipment and stuff, I will sign in as that one on my phone. So then that way I can kind of see what you guys are seeing and interact the way you guys are interacting and hear what you guys are hearing, so that I can test it out. So that's really what I use that one for. And I use that one for like my gaming stuff, because I told you guys I do some computer games and stuff, so I have all my gaming stuff on that one. Not trying to hide anything or sneak anything in there. It's just like to keep the sewing separate from the gaming, that's all. All right, so this one is officially done. This first gnome is officially done. So I'm going to pull the pins out of the center of this one, just so that I don't have to do it later. I'm still going to keep the pins around the outside to keep all the layers together, but I'm going to pull the pins in this one, just the interior of it. This one here. This one here. Plus, then that way when I look at it, I don't see the pins. I know that's because I've already quilted that one. So. Not bad. Not great, but not bad. Alright, let's do... Which one should we do next? Well, you know what? We're here already. We'll just do this one next. We'll just do this one next. We're already here, right? Might as well. So yeah, hopefully YouTube is hoping that this change is gonna help with the trolls and being able to manage them a little bit better, and allowing content creators to have a better ability to block users from their channels and such. Also, it like I said, it opens up the ability to tag users in chat on your phones, on your mobile devices, which you couldn't do before. And there was a third thing that it was supposed to be doing as well, but you'll have to forgive me, I do not remember. Tried to change mine. Unfortunately, there is another lady with the same name who beat me with a punch. We both married into the same family and have the same first name. Well, there you go, Susan. Add a number, yeah. Just be careful with your numbers. Make sure you're not using a number that's your birthday or your address for security reasons. Yeah. Use spray basting instead of pins. Pinning a whole quilt hurts my back. I can understand that, Terry. The only thing I pin are table runners. I mean, they're still a pain in the butt, and they still take forever to pin. I have not tried the spray basting yet. I'm sure at some point in time I will. Right now, I just don't like using the spray. It's just a thing for me. I don't know. It's just weird. It's just weird. Like, it's just a thing. I will say, though, that having the machine up higher does seem to be helping a little bit with my back. Because I'm not leaning, and I'm keeping a better, I'm more conscious of the fact that I'm sitting upright. So I will say that is nice. Yeah, I do have the extension cable for this one, so I could pull that out. We'll see. I kind of like it like this right now. Terry says, I have to use my bed to sandwich quilts. I bet. Yeah, I mean, I use this table. I've always used this table to sandwich my quilts. But I can't, stretch it. I would really like to be able to stretch it. So sometimes I use the table. Sometimes I can use this table, depending on what I'm doing. But I don't really do full-size quilts either. I only do table runners. So there's that. I'm not trying to do, big, huge ones, so. I imagine if I was doing the really big quilts like you do, Terry, the full-size ones, the spray basting would probably be easier than trying to pin it, especially on a bed or on the floor. But yeah. If I really need to, I can go over to Mama Joyce's house. She's got a couple of dining room tables. She's got a formal dining room in her home that we use sometimes, and then the table that she works on is actually an old kitchen table from her grandma's house. It's an old antique kitchen table, so she actually uses that for her sewing table. So I can go over there and use that if I really need to. Or if I really, really need it, I can also do this in my kitchen, on my kitchen island, because I have a huge kitchen island. My kitchen island is the same size as my mom's kitchen table. It's huge. It takes up the whole kitchen. We don't have a kitchen table in our home anymore. We just have the island. Before, when we had the kitchen table, I used to use the table. Dawn says, time for a slumber. No problem, Dawn. I completely understand. Have a great evening. Thanks so much for hanging out with us this evening. I really appreciate it. Make sure you guys go over and give her a like and a sub if you can. Exclamation point Dawn in chat will give you the information you're looking for. Yes, Terry, it has its ups and downs. Like, it is really nice to have that much counter space in the kitchen, and that much cabinet space in the kitchen. It is really nice, but at the same time, it's also kind of a pain sometimes, because I think we probably could have went like 6 inches shorter on the table, or 6 inches less on the island, so that we could actually like get around each other. Because Mr. Wizard and I mean, you've seen him, you've seen me, we're not small people, and so because we're not small people, only one of us can be on one side of the island at a time, because we kind of block the aisle. We really can't cross each other. So we do a lot of round the table. You know, we get a lot of exercise because we're constantly walking around it. So in some ways, it is a great thing. In other ways, it's kind of a pain. The other thing that I do kind of miss, because when we had the old kitchen setup that we had the kitchen table, and I loved my kitchen table. It was amazing. It was a 42-inch long, but then I had 2 leaves that would go in it to make it up to 84 inches, and I could fit all 84 inches in my kitchen. That's how big my kitchen is. But the really nice thing about that kitchen table and having the layout that I did at that time was that, especially when I had friends and family over for a gathering, I could take the table and I could turn it so it was long ways in my kitchen and throw it against a wall. Not throw it, but push it up against the wall. And that was my buffet table for all my food. And then my kitchen was basically just a big wide open space. So people could just kind of congregate in there, or they could move about, and they didn't have to walk around anything or mess with anything. But with the kitchen island now, everybody's got to walk around. And again, you know, none of us are really little people. So you kind of have to do this in a one directional thing. So it doesn't work as well for having people over and having gatherings and things. But, you know, in the big scheme of things, when we were planning this kitchen out and when we had the kitchen redone, I basically went with the 80-20 rule, and I looked at Mr. Wizard and I said, how often are we going to have people over anymore? The kids are getting older. We're not going to be doing all these birthday parties and everything else. You know, we're going to have grandkids, but they're going to do their own thing at their house. They're not going to do it at ours. And so it's like, you know what? Give us the functional space that we need to function now. Like, we're not eating dinner in the kitchen. So having a kitchen table in there doesn't necessarily make sense. Having a big island where I can roll out pizza dough or things like that makes sense. Like, that's what I need now. So that's what we did. So we were a little bit selfish when we redesigned our kitchen and had our kitchen redone. We were a little bit selfish about it. We weren't so concerned about resale value or anything like that, even though it's beautiful and I'm sure it will do fine. That's just kind of where we went with it. I loved my kitchen table. I loved having that space, that place for the girls to go, that place for us to be. You know, that was the central hub of our home, was that kitchen table. Like, we did everything there. You did your dinners, you did your homework, you did your arts and crafts, you did your game nights. It was like, that was the hub of our home, was that kitchen table. And I was so grateful that when I did end up letting go of that kitchen table, I was able to gift it to another family that was going to use it for the same purpose as we were. So I was really grateful for that. But I couldn't believe how hard that was for me, like emotionally, how hard it was for me to let go of that table. It was just really weird. The letters are so close on my cell. Just don't get rid of the bathtub. Yeah, no, I won't do that. No, we only have one bathroom in our home, so we did have our bathroom redone a few years ago, but no, we'll keep the bathtub because we have dogs, and it's easier for us to give them a bath in the bathtub than the kitchen sink. So yeah, no, the bathtub will stay for sure. Uh, a buffet setting. Yeah, that's what it was. When we would have friends and family over for big gatherings like birthday parties, 4th of July parties, things like that. We would take the kitchen table, we'd put the leaf in it or the leaves in it, turn it. So normally it would sit like this because our kitchen is long. So normally it would sit like kind of in the middle this way. But then when we have friends over, we'd turn it and we'd push it up against the one wall. So now it became a buffet table where we would set up all of our food and it was up against the wall so I could plug in crock pots or whatever I needed to do. But it would be up against the wall and then the kitchen was just open space. And so that was really great. That is the one thing I do miss about my old kitchen layout was having that open space when I needed it. Obviously, the island doesn't move. And yes, I could have went with a smaller island, maybe even something on wheels that I could have moved around. I could have went with all of those things. But again, we went back and forth about it, and we went back and forth about what we wanted in this kitchen for a long time. And it finally came down to what do we use it for the most? And it was everyday cooking. Everyday cooking, weekend cooking. So that's kind of where we went with it. We don't have the kids at home anymore. Normally it's just Mr. Wizard and I when we're eating dinner. We usually eat dinner in the living room on TV trays. We're not usually sitting in the kitchen. So, that's just kind of where we went with it. So we decided to make the space what we needed it for. But we went round and round on that for a while. Like, wouldn't say round and round. Like, Mr. Wizard was like, do whatever you want. It's your kitchen. Like, I went round and round in my own head, like what I wanted. And my poor contractor, I think I must have changed my mind about 5 times. And but he was really sweet about it and didn't lose, patience with me at all about it. And I'm very, very happy with what we ended up with. I have absolutely no regrets. It's a beautiful kitchen, beautiful functional kitchen space. And that's all that matters, right? All right, so let's do this one here now. Keep switching it around. So this table runner is intended for like Thanksgiving, so November time. It could be a Halloween as well, but the gnomes that are on it are pilgrim, so it's more of a Thanksgiving theme. So I'm trying to get it done this month so that I can have it on display for November, but we'll have to wait and see. When we used to squeeze into the kitchen with 6 people, when my brothers moved out, we ate in the dining room. We should have done the reverse. Well, we don't have a dining room in our home. Our kitchen was an eat-in kitchen. We consider an eat-in kitchen. So it was an oversized kitchen that had a space for a kitchen table, a large kitchen table. My house was built in the 70s. So early 70s, so I don't know if that makes any difference, but we don't have a dining room or dining space, just whatever was in the kitchen. So we had an oblong kitchen table that sat kind of off to one side, but kind of centralized. and it worked out really well for a lot of years. And then we ended up with some plumbing issues in our laundry room that kind of forced us to start thinking about what we wanted to do, because they were going to have to tear apart the floor in the laundry room to fix it. And my laundry room is connected to my kitchen. There's like not really a separate space to it. So that was one of those things where if they're going to tear up the floor in the laundry room, they're going to have to tear up the floor in the kitchen. And it kind of snowballed into, well, if they're going to tear up the floor, then we might as well, since the floor is going to be up, we might as well replace the cabinets, because the flooring goes underneath the cabinets. And then it was, well, if we're going to replace the cabinets, we might as well do the counters. It snowballed into, well, I guess we're just going to redo the whole thing. So it kind of snowballed. It probably could have been a little bit more centralized, but, we don't regret it. And it was a big project. It was a horrible time of the year for the project. We probably should not have stayed at home to do it while they were doing it. But it's beautiful now, and that's all that matters. Yes, Terry, that time it was my bedroom. Yeah, so we've had plumbing issues in this house since we moved in. It's become kind of notorious with this neighborhood. They built all the houses pretty quickly, and so then when everything kind of settled, things started to break and things like that. So I've had plumbing issues in the house since I moved in. I've been in my house now 23 years, I think. Started to have issues, had issues basically from day one. Then we had a broken pipe in the laundry room. We have a floor drain in the laundry room, which is connected to the kitchen. And just at the end of that floor drain broke. And the water it broke somewhere between the laundry room and the bathroom, which is the next room that's connected to the wall that connects the laundry room is the bathroom. And so somewhere in that section is where the piece of pipe broke. And so in order to fix it, they had to tear apart the entire floor in the laundry room to get to it. So that was the first break. And then the break that you're referring to happened January of last year. And that's when we had a break from the bathroom to the master bedroom, which was the next room in the line. And so what we had them do that time is when we realized that there was now a break there, we actually had them take the pipe that the new pipe that came in from the laundry room, and they connected up to that, and they just replaced the whole thing. So what we had them do is we had them replace everything underneath the house, and then also the first 6 feet in front of the house as well. So then that way we didn't have to go through this nightmare again. So we weren't tearing up floors and things anymore. So we just said, let's just invest the money in it. It was a small fortune. It was a nightmare, but we said, just tear it all up. So that's what they did. So they jackhammered, because I'm on a slab, so they jackhammered the floor in my master bedroom, which the floor in the kitchen and the laundry room was still upsetting, but it was not as upsetting as the flooring, and even the one in the bathroom, not as upsetting as the floor in your master bedroom. Like, that one's like, the floor's just not supposed to be broken up in your master bedroom. Like, the kitchen, fine, they were moving plumbing, okay, no big deal. The bathroom, they were replacing the bathtub, so again, no big deal. Those things made sense in my brain. I could accept those things, but in the master bedroom, that one was a hard pill to swallow. So that was what you're talking about, it was that break. And so then, of course, after they tore up all the floor in the master bedroom, now it's, okay, now we have to replace the flooring in the master bedroom. And since they were going to come in and replace the flooring, I might as well have them come in and do it all at one time. So, again, another snowball project, because, nothing is ever easy. But yes, the pipe broke. So, I don't know what they're like out by you. But out here by me, the houses, back in the 70s, 60s, and 70s, the houses were built with cast iron pipes in the floorboard, underneath the houses. And so those cast iron pipes, they end up rusting out, or they break down because of our summer, winter, because the ground is constantly swelling and shrinking and things. And so they end up cracking. those pipes end up cracking underneath the ground, and then because of the shifting in houses and the shifting in the gravels and things like that, the cracks then shift. And so what ends up happening is, this pipe is great, and so now it's got these two pieces and they crack, and now they shift. And when they shift, now they can't. So it was the sewer pipe, it wasn't the water pipe, it was the sewer pipe that broke. And so now that, because it shifted, it there's nowhere for it to go, so it just backs up. And so because I have the floor drain in my laundry room, it would back up into my laundry room. So I would end up with raw sewage in my laundry room, which was never fun. I still have PTSD from that. Like, it's happened so many times to me. Like, I fear it all the time. So yeah. My house, hurricane flood, understand. Yeah, Terry, yeah. I remember that. You were telling me about that, yeah. Hi, Katie. Good evening. So this last time when we had the construction done, again, emotionally draining, financially draining. But we decided to bite the bullet and just rip it all. Just replace the whole thing so that we don't have to go through this nightmare again. Now, of course, because we have done that, and yes, even though everything is fixed, I still have this fear in my brain that something's going to happen again. So every time there's like this weird sound or this weird smell, or I hear a bubbling or a gurgling, I get paranoid. But it is fixed. Hopefully it doesn't break again. But we're on a weird water table here, so our ground is constantly sinking. Like, my backyard is lower than it was when I moved in 20 years ago. Like, there are lower spots in my backyard than it was 20 years ago. So when you hear sound, put the music louder. That's what Mr. Wizard says. That's what he tells me all the time. He's like, either tells me don't look at it or turn the TV up so you can't hear it. Yeah, that's what Mr. Wizard does. So yeah. Raven says, I see we have cast iron that's leaking and breaking down from the house is over 100 years old, but we have a basement, not a slab. Well, that makes it does make it easier for you to access your piping, Raven, if you do have a basement instead of a slab. Unfortunately, I don't have a basement. So in order for them to get to my pipes, they actually had to jackhammer up the concrete slab that was poured over top of the piping. They had to jackhammer that up, pull that up, then replace the things. Yep. Terry, that is exactly right. Cast iron, once it cracks, that's it. You're done. Yep. Katie, thank you very much for reminding everybody to hit that like button for me. I appreciate it. Yep. So when I get back, you guys distracted me. You had me talking about plumbing. I have learned so much about plumbing in the last 2 years. I gotta tell you. I hope that I never have to know anything about it ever again. I've had to replace my toilet twice because 2 separate times they came out to rot out the pipe to see if they could, clear it out, because we would have backups, and so they'd come to rot out the pipe, and their rod, I forget what you call it, but their rod would actually come up through the toilet, and both times they came up through the toilet, it would spin around and just crack the whole inside of the toilet. That was not fun. Not fun at all. So, but now we have taken precautions. Not only did we replace all of the piping underneath the house, but we also put a clean out in the front of the house, which is not something that we've had before. So basically it's a big, thick opening that comes up to the ground, and they just turn the top on it and they go down there, and they can go in either into the house or down to the street. But they can go in through there instead. Yes, Raven, it cracked the toilet. Yes, it cracked the toilet. It so the thing that they use to rot out the pipe, it's like the spinning thing that basically it's like it's got a blade on the end of it, and basically it just cuts through all the gunk that's in your pipe that's clogging up the pipe. And so what happened is because there was gravel, because the pipe cracked, okay, and shifted, and then the gravel that was around the pipe that was surrounding it actually came into the pipe. So there was like just gravel in there. And so when they were coming in to try and rot out the pipe, the roto-rooter thing, yeah. So when they were coming in to rot out the pipe, it hit the gravel and it deflected the rod, and they didn't know it. So instead of it going like this, it went up like this. And when it went up like this, it went up into the toilet, to the bottom of the toilet, like where the toilet drain, flushes. And so it came up through the toilet into the bottom of the toilet, and then kind of just cracked the porcelain all the way around. So basically, I had this big, huge crack in the side of it literally, a hole in the side of my toilet. So that wasn't fun twice. So, and that's when we figured out that their rod wasn't going any further. And at another point, another company had come out to try and rod it out, and they actually got their rod stuck. They actually had to cut their line because they couldn't get it back out. And that's because it collapsed on top of the thing that they used to pull it in, and it just wouldn't come out. So that was also fun too. So at one point, that's when we figured out that we had the broken pipe and we had to have it pulled up and everything. But I actually have a picture of the rod sticking out of the hole in where my toilet sat. There's just this rod sticking out there. So that was, I told you I have PTSD from that whole experience because it was awful. So it was stressful. It was awful. There were moments where as an adult, you're just like, yes, I understand that I'm the one that's supposed to take care of this, but all you want to do is call mommy. You just want to call mommy to have her fix it for you, and we only have one bathroom in the house. And at that particular moment, we had everybody at the house when it happened, so it was like, how is this supposed to happen? Like, so yeah, it was a humbling experience, to say the least. And so we went for a week, I think. It's like a week and 2 days or something. It was like 9 days, I think, where we couldn't use any of the sewers in our house. So we could use water. Like, we had fresh, clear water, so I could drink water. I could cook with it. But we had no facilities. Like, we had no bathroom. We had no shower. We couldn't run the dishwasher. We couldn't wash dishes. Like, we couldn't put anything down the drains at all because it would literally just back right up into the laundry room because it wasn't going anywhere. So, yeah, it was washing dishes in a bucket and then tossing it into the backyard in January. Having to go to the bathroom. Like, we were camping. I'll let you guys use your imagination there, but we were camping in our own home. And then showering. Luckily, Mama Joyce's, you guys know, she's not that far away, so she was super sweet. She has an extra bathroom, so we would go over there and shower every day. But yeah, it was, and then January, like you guys said, frozen ground in January. Yeah, and they had to break up the floor in the master bedroom and break up the ground outside. So that was the other part of it. Now the good news is that here in where we were lucky that year, and it hadn't really started to get really cold in January, or December or January had actually been kind of warm. So the ground really hadn't froze too badly. So it wasn't like we were going to be causing any extra damage by breaking the ground. So we got really lucky. There wasn't a whole lot of snow. It actually started to snow the day they tore up the front yard. So the guys were just a muddy mess. But they never came to the house when they were that muddy mess. But so I really felt bad for them. But they were really great guys that came out and fixed it. But so it was all a very humbling experience. And one I never want to do again. That's why we just said fix it all. Because I never want to do this again. So... but yeah, that we were lucky that the ground wasn't really frozen. It was cold, but it wasn't frozen, at least not very deep. So they didn't have to worry too much about that. So that was good. And then right after they fixed the hole, that's when we got the snow. That's when we got the better cold, and so we basically had a concrete slab floor in my master bedroom for months until we could get the flooring replaced. So, plumbing troubles. Some people would flush all kinds of stuff in sinks. Oh my, it was awful at times. Oh, I bet. I mean, we've had plumbing issues in the house, so we've always been very careful about what we're flushing. And even as the kids were teenagers, like, there were things you're not supposed to do. And so we've always been very conscious of it and very careful. But, it kind of was what it was. You do, Terry, 100%. You definitely learn new skills when something goes wrong. Yeah, because you have to be an informed consumer. Like, you have to, when you're hiring people to come into your home to do this work, you have to understand what it is they're going to be doing to make sure, because, there are some not so great people out there. So, there's always a risk with that. So you really have to understand what they're doing and what they're supposed to be doing, Um, so yeah, it's like I said, I've learned way too much about plumbing. I do not want to know anymore. I do not want to know any more about it, that's for sure. But yeah, that was all last year. And so then, because we were replacing the flooring, that's when we decided to go ahead and just repaint the whole house, repaint all the rooms. And since we were going to have to move the furniture around because of the flooring, that's when we decided to shuffle the rooms around. And since we knew Tony was moving out anyway, that's when we moved the sewing room in here. And so that's how I ended up in here. That all happened last year in, I think, July, August, somewhere in there. I took a couple of weeks off as a sabbatical on the channel so that we could move everything around. I tried to keep you guys updated on Instagram and Facebook as to what we were doing. And you got to see a picture of Lucas painting this green wall. That was pretty fun. Yay, new sewing room. That's right, Terry. That was my reward for the hell I went through. Was new sewing room. Yeah, exactly. Oh, it's Raven. That sounds like fun. Happy birthday to him. 19 years old. That's really great. That's really great. I think our youngest... I think she turned 20 this year, so I think she turns 21 next year. She's our youngest. Our oldest is 24 this year. Our oldest twins, 24, 25. I think 24. I think they're 24 this year. We have Mr. Wizard has a set of twins that are the oldest of the family, and then my twin girls, Tony and Taylor, are 2 years younger than his, and then we have our the younger one, also Mr. Wizard's daughter. I say we because I've known her since she was 6, so I consider her one of my own. She's not, but I consider her one anyway. She turns 21 this year, I think, so that's kind of exciting. Terry, no. Surprisingly enough, we did not meet through a twins group. No. We actually met online through a computer game. Is actually how we met. We met online through a computer game. It was one of those, where you chat with, it was a multiplayer type of situation. We chat with a bunch of people, and it's that particular game, it was very rare that you would meet anyone from the States, let alone your own state. It's usually more of an international thing, European, things like that. So it was very rare that you would meet anybody from the States. And so Mr. Wizard and I met on the game and became friends on the game and chatted away, and then decided one day to actually meet in person, because we figured out that we were closer than we thought we were. And so we met in person. And so actually he and I didn't even realize that we both had twins until probably 4 to 6 months into our friendship. So yeah, it started out as a friendship, 6 months online, never meeting in person. And then we ended up meeting in person, and then we started dating in person. And then, that's kind of when we started introducing the kids to each other and things like that. And so, yeah, he and I had been talking online for about 6 months before we met in person, and then we were dating for another 6 months before we let the kids meet each other. I had been, I wouldn't say newly divorced. Well, yeah, I guess I was technically newly divorced. I mean, my ex-husband and I had been separated for a long time, but the official divorce had just finally gone through. So I was still very skeptical about just being in a relationship and things like that, because it was all very raw for me still. I mean, I had been on a couple of smaller, short-term relationships, but nothing really serious, and so I was very hesitant. But Mr. Wizard was very patient. He knew what he wanted, and he was very patient, and he was willing to wait to get it. And the poor guy waited a very long time. But yeah, so he and I have been dating 3 or 4 years before he moved in and things like that. So the cure. Yeah, Terry, I understand. And if it weren't for Mr. Wizard, I probably wouldn't have. I'm excited to have his birthday there again. We used to do their daughter's and my now deceased nephew's birthday all together. Oh. We're going to do my aunt and uncle's on Friday to cook dinner for them for his birthday. My aunt just had major surgery 2 weeks ago, so she's been on house arrest. Oh, well, I'm glad that she's doing well from her surgery. And I'm glad that you're going to have a good time with your family. Spending time with family is always important. I wish that I had more time to spend with my family. It's just kind of the way it is. We're all very busy people. So when we do get time to spend with each other, we try and make sure that it counts. We got a few minutes left here in the live stream, so I'm going to actually try and finish up quilting this one section here, and then we'll probably say goodnight. Sounds like Mr. Wizard has turned the TV off, so he's probably getting ready to go to bed. I could stay on later. It's just our bedroom is right next door, and I don't like to keep him awake because I'm loud. Otherwise, I probably would stay up later, but because I don't go to bed right away. But Taylor and Mr. Wizard have to be up very early in the morning, so they usually go to bed much earlier than I do. In fact, I'm sure Tay is already asleep, because she has a very long day of driving tomorrow. She has to travel quite a bit for work tomorrow. Tight again. Uh-oh. Doesn't do that. We're 260 miles north now, so we only see them on holidays. We haven't done a birthday there in almost a decade. Oh, wow. Wow. Work hard while you are young. Hopefully live nicer later in life. Susan says, I'm quitting while I'm ahead. Fair enough. Fair enough. It's just about time for that anyway. It's okay. Good news is you don't actually lose any real money. So. I have always tried to teach the girls about a good work ethic because I feel like I have a pretty good work ethic. I work really hard and I enjoy what I do. But that is the key, is that I enjoy it. I mean, that is something that I've always tried to teach the girls, is to make sure that they enjoy what they're doing, because otherwise they're not really of any use to them, anybody, their employer or themselves. But the girls have always done a pretty good job at being pretty hard workers. Neither one of them shies away from having to put in extra hours or... Terry, she's doing very well. In fact, I haven't heard from her all week. So she's on week 3 of retirement, and so for the first 2 weeks, I love her. I really do. But I did at one point have to remind her that I have not retired. she was still trying to find her way, and so she was being a bit obnoxious with her text messages and things like that. But from what I understand, she's been doing very well. Or sleeping hard. Yeah, really. Well, she's finished. She start to finish a quilt. She's working on a second one now. I actually haven't heard from her all week. I think she's probably been doing okay. Yeah. Way before the divorce was final, I said no. Yeah, I have to agree with you there. Yeah. Yeah. So, okay, so there is that one as well. I've got some threads on the back here I can trim off real quick. I got a few minutes. I can trim off these threads here. I couldn't decide what color thread I wanted to go with, because I thought about doing a brown thread, but then doing the brown thread would be, would blend in real nice on the back, but then it might show too much on the front, and I didn't want that. So I ended up with a cream colored thread. So it's not like bright white up against this really dark brown. And it blends in for the most part in the front. I mean, you'll probably see it a little bit on the brown fabrics and on the orange ones. But I think it blends in pretty well. And it doesn't look like, I mean, you can obviously, you guys can kind of see the stitching there. You can see the stitching, but it's not bright white. So I think I did okay. I'm happy with my choice. I'm happy with my choice of fabric. And I have so much extra, like there's just so much space here. And I just decided to leave it, and I'll trim it later. Not really worried about it. Not worried about it. Looks like Patty's taken off. No problem, Patty. You have a great evening. Sleep well. I hope you have a fantastic night. Fantastic rest of your week. We'll be back on Sunday. We're pulling the mystery project back out on Sunday to work on that. That one is coming together really nicely. I was kind of hoping to finish it in December, but I don't think that's going to happen. The person that it's intended for, I think their birthday is in February. So I might be able to get it to them in February. That might be a realistic goal. I try not to set time frames for myself or goals of when I want to finish things. I try not to do that, because then I feel like it just adds this extra level of stress to things. And the whole point is not to stress yourself out. The whole point is to relieve stress. So, tablecloth for real, right? Like that is, it's not like, I mean, I know I have extra fabric here. Like there's extra on the sides here. Okay. So, I mean, it's much wider than it needs to be, but like still, like this is not a table runner. Like this, it's huge. Nancy says, come on, Bot, be nice to me. She's so funny. It's really big. Yeah. So, I mean, I know there's some trimming that needs to happen, which just means more scrap fabrics for you guys later. But, yeah, bed runner is kind of what I was thinking, not table runner. I still want to know whose table is this big. Because I think this is too big for my island. Like, it's huge. It's really big. It's the biggest table runner I've ever made, that's for sure. It is definitely, like, way bigger than this one. Way bigger than that one. So, I don't know. I don't know what defines a table runner. Like, this is huge. 3 throw blanket. Yeah, like seriously, it is almost that size. Right, for sure. I mean, it's kind of narrow, but yeah. Mine is like the one on your wall. This one here. Yeah. I still don't have a binding on this, so I know you guys can't see it, but there's no binding on this. It's quilted. I did quilt it. Yes, I did. I think I quilted it on the channel, actually. I did quilt it, but there's still no binding on it. It's not hurting anything, so it's fine. It's a wall hanging, so... Shame, Danny, no binding. I know. You don't know that, though. If I hadn't told you, you wouldn't know. One day. You know what it is? I forget about it. So, like, I'll go to the quilt store, because I probably need, like, half a yard of fabric for it to do the binding, but I forget about it. Like, I just completely forget about it, and it's such a dark purple that I don't know what I would do with it for a binding, so I just forget about it. And it looks fine. It's fine. It is what it is. It's fine. Right, you can't tell. Exactly. Yeah, you can't tell. No. So I think I've decided, and I think I told you guys this once before, but I think I've decided to sell this quilt. This one here. This one here. This one here. I'm going to sell that one. And I haven't 100% decided if I'm going to give this one away yet, or if I'm going to sell it. So, Vicky, welcome to the channel. Thanks so much for subscribing. I really appreciate you being here. I'm sorry that you can't join us in chat right now, but, thank the bots. They're a pain in the butt. But welcome to the channel. Thanks so much for being here. Hearts in chat for Vicky, guys. Hearts in chat for Vicky. Welcome. We can't wait to get to know you better. Come back on Sunday morning so we can chat with you some more. Retirement is so fun. Not having to go to work. The downside of not working is keeping track of what day of the week it is. For sure. For sure. Yes, for sure. Absolutely. Raven says good night. Good night, Raven. Thanks so much for joining us this evening. Have a good evening. Thanks, guys, so much for filling up hearts in chat for Vicky. Welcome. We like to welcome our new guests. Oh, jeez. Stupid Streamlabs again. Sorry, Carrie. It's not you. It's stupid Streamlabs. Today, my daughter said it was Tuesday. I said, doesn't make a difference to me. LOL. I think it's Wednesday. Yes, it's Wednesday today. Yes. It's Wednesday. Nancy is now trying to suck up to the bot by telling the bot that it's beautiful. She's really hoping. You guys are hysterical. Oh, I love you guys so much. Thank you for that. That's a switch. That's funny. Struck the bot. Be careful now. Maybe give it a hug. A hug. Oh my gosh, you guys are so funny. Terry says all my days are the same. Well, so are mine. They're just a little different, that's all. So I've still got quite a bit to go on quilting on this thing. I will probably come back here. I mean, we're going to do another WIP project here soon, so you'll probably see this again soon. Who knows, I might even have time this weekend to pop the camera on and do some more this weekend. Who knows, we'll see. I'm not sure about that, Gary. Yeah, a hug might be okay. Might be more PG. Banquet table. Yeah, Susan, I agree with you. Yeah, it might be a large banquet table. Yeah, I don't know. I want to know. It's a Cotton Cuts project, so maybe we should ask him what size is her table. Because this is a really big table around her. Really big. So really, really big. Like you pet the dog. you meant, but it was way more fun. It was way more fun to go the other direction. And it's late on a Wednesday, and it is what it is. We're keeping it PG. This is not an after dark, people. This is not an after dark. All the kids are sleeping, right? Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Oh, see, but this is not after dark, so we gotta be careful. PG. Oh, you guys cracked me up. Thank you so much for this evening. I told you, when I started this stream tonight, I was like, I really should be working. But I'm gonna do this anyway, and I'm hoping that it helps. So, yeah, you guys are great. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for hanging out with me this evening. I really appreciate it. Every time you guys take time out of your day to spend time with me, I'm just always so honored by that. I really appreciate the fact that you guys keep me on task. Oh shit, there's a piece here that's missing. That's wrong. I think I knew that, and I just decided that I was just going to leave it. Yeah, there's 2 of them there. Didn't I take this apart once already to fix something? Crap. I just noticed there's 2 pieces missing. The 2 pieces are wrong. I might just leave it. I might just not care. Maybe. We'll see. Maybe by the time I come back to it, I will have forgotten that those were there, and I just... Spill the gravy on it. The end. That's a great idea. I love that. Yeah, no, I might just leave it. Like, I'm not gonna change it. Because I thought I had already found one that I had to pull apart and fix, and I just don't think I want to do that with this thing. Magic marker to fix it. I mean, I could just go with the whole thing. Yeah, I could absolutely do that. That's right, Nancy. It did work. Good job. Good job. There you go. So, all right, friends. Well, I'm going to let you go. I know that Mr. Wizard wants to get to bed if he hasn't already. So I'd like to say goodnight to him. Before you... Ivy, she's coming to get me. She says, Mama, it's time to go outside. Right? Is it time to go outside? Yeah. Yeah. She goes outside right around this time, so... Stroking the pot work. I mean, I think it's going to work every time. Just saying. All right, guys. Oh, can't wait the little face. I know, she's absolutely adorable. She's just so cute. So anyway, guys, thanks again so much for hanging out with me this evening. I really, really appreciate it. Vicky, I can't wait to get to know you better. Make sure you come back here on Sunday morning at 10:30 a.m. Central Time so we can get to know you better. Of course, I will be back on a weekend stream, a weekday evening stream again very soon. Maybe not on a Wednesday, but again very soon. So lots of fun projects coming up here. Lots of specific days of the week that they're going to land on. So lots of fun things happening. But anyway, guys, thanks again so much for joining me. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week and weekend. And I will see you all again on Sunday. Bye for now.